We are about to make a big financial decision in our life, and being in this process was quite challenging for us, and this video will help you to gain 100% clarity with making decisions in your life.
If you make decisions in your life, you are lacking clarity because you get lost. You get very much involved in your head, in your mind, in your brain, and you're thinking, overthinking, and overthinking the overthinking, counting, especially about finances and so on. This chaos about deciding is leading to one very simple moment in your life where you will decide that actually what matters is decisions made with heart.
Petra and me were having a really lovely conversation today about this decision, because what we have done over the last few weeks and months when we were discussing about it and thinking about it is we got more and more into our heads, into our minds,
calculate,
analyzing, and I still said I'm going to run some numbers on different scenarios, how we could do it differently. And the more we did that, the more the joy and love for that possible outcome has been lost. And actually Petra was the one who was pointing it out today to me, because she was asking, so would you really love to have this experience? Would you really love to do that? And I was like, you know what? I would have to get in my heart and figure it out, because I actually don't know anymore. And she had a very obvious explanation for it, and I wasn't even aware of it. You said that we are disconnecting from our heart.
Yes, that's what I said, that we actually, sometimes I have these insights about questions, so if you have some question which I could maybe answer, you can comment it below our video or send it to us via email, and I might give you some feedback when I tune into the energy. There is not that many heart leading, there is not that many ways where you are supposed to go when it comes to the heart, because heart always knows. You know that you want to be a painter or you want to be a gardener, and you are going to law school because it's very lucrative job, but you would be probably super gardener and you would enjoy your life much more. But you are actually trying to fit yourself into this society, into all those norms and so on, and you forget about your heart, and it makes you feel very, very lost, which means that we got lost as well. We got lost from the heart. We forgot about our heart. We just started to be in our head. We ran numbers. We were thinking about advantages, disadvantages, and so on.
Pros and cons. We can make a list on each side.
And then I came to Raphael and said, are you really wanting to do this thing because your heart is singing when you are thinking about this? When you are so disconnected from your heart, it can happen that you become very, very confused. And this is what happened to us, and we have to share this with you, because once you connect back to your heart, and you will do anything, any steps in your life which will be coming from your heart. For example, buy this book, get that sweater which you really love in the store, or whatever. Those other opportunities from the heart will come your way, because your heart is the GPS of your soul, and it actually will guide you and also us towards our path, our goal.
You know what I think? I think that the heart is actually also testing us, giving us chances to trust it, because there are many opportunities in our life when we really feel drawn to something. We really would like to have something or some certain experience in our life, but they seem silly. For example, I was looking at this application on my iPhone that would allow me to make nice color profiles on my videos, and it was 10 Swiss francs, and I never spent more than 1 Swiss franc on an app before, but I was so drawn to it. I was so much thinking about it and talking about it with you, and then eventually I got it, and it was just a very small thing that doesn't really change my life in any significant way, but it's probably a test from the heart, or an opportunity from the heart, that I can say, hey, I trust you, I walk towards your direction, thank you, I listen to you, I am following this.
You feel this incredible excitement, and you know that thing or the path is yours. You know that you really want to become coach, like I used to totally want to become coach so much. But then there were other things, I had to, life came in a way, and I had to change my job, and I had to fulfill somebody else's expectations, like you do as well, and you talk yourself out of possibilities, but I became coach eventually, and I was excited about it all the time when we were having workshops and when we were preparing for being a coach. I was so excited. It was even better to have this than anything else in a planet, and I wouldn't be happier for anything else. And that's exactly your path. There is not that many things coming in your way, in your life, which will make you feel this way. Heart is very selective and very straightforward, and it knows exactly. You will not buy every sweater which you love or every shoes which you like. You will just feel so much something.
Yeah.
Into your
When we were looking at bicycles 3 years ago, we were going to a few stores, and one of the first ones we went to, I was trying out a bicycle, and I just really loved the feeling on that bicycle. I just felt so connected to it, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. But I didn't decide for it on the spot because there were so many opportunities, so many possibilities. And then I talked to a specialist.
Yeah, when we talked to the specialist,
who said, oh, no, this brand is for nothing.
And it's the cheapest.
It's the cheapest. You need to have a proper mountain bike. If you want to have a good brand, take this brand instead.
Yeah.
And I started to listen to that, and I took that advice, and we eventually got a bike somewhere completely else that we didn't even test before.
Because it was COVID time.
And I was so sad about it. I was even trying to get that bike, which I loved so much, but it was already sold out. And then I tried to get a different model from the same brand, and it was just not the same feeling, so I canceled that.
So he basically was talked out of his possibility by his own mind,
Yes.
You love bicycle. It's the cheapest in a store. Oh, don't buy this because it's the cheapest. You need something better because, blah, blah, blah. All these things. And then you disconnect, and then you become confused and very, very manipulative.
And then it was a really, really dreadful process. We were just talking about it a few days because we were driving a little bit through the Czech Republic, and we were like saying, oh, do you remember here we were checking for bicycles, and also in this city and in this village we were looking at bicycles, and it took so long. But one of the first things that I was already falling in love with, I could have already chosen that and got over with it.
It was the thing which would make yourself happy, which would make your day, and you didn't have to go to 20 other stores because it was COVID. Everybody was saying, oh, we don't have the parts of the bicycles, they can't be provided and stuff like that. So it was different.
A lot of scarcity.
Yeah, and then I realized when we talked about our financial decision that, do you want to have this in your life? And he's like, I don't even know. And you know why you don't know as well? Because you disconnected from your heart. You absolutely...
You're just thinking up here.
Yeah, because you absolutely didn't involve your heart.
We were also disconnecting from this potential of this financial investment because we were already knowing that there might be possibility that we will not do that investment, and we would already detach ourselves emotionally from the outcome because we know maybe it's not going to work out.
If you detach from something emotionally, you're basically detaching with your heart.
Yes.
And the heart is disconnected from that thing in the future which you really, really want and love to do, but you don't have the heart involved. It's only a brain, and brain will always talk you out of your possibilities.
And then you have analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
And Dr. Joe Dispenza says, the brain might think, but the heart knows.
Yeah.
And he's so true with that. And he said that throughout his life, whenever he knew that his heart was telling him something, but he did something else, it would have always ended up better if he listened to the heart right away. And we need to really learn this. And here's something really important what Petra said today, because she came to me and she said, it is so precious when we have these things that we really truly want in our life, where our heart is telling us from the first moment, hey, this, I really want to have this. I want to have this experience. It is so, so precious.
Because there is not many of those. We think that there are these things. We want, these electronics, and in a month we want another and another and another. It's not the heart. When there is something really precious, you feel the energy that you want to be somewhere. You want to go somewhere for vacation so much. I used to dream about going to Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreat in Cancun, and I was like, oh my gosh, it would be amazing to go there one day. And we were creating this experience, and we were tuning in meditations into this experience and talking to people about it. It took so many years, but I still had this spark about it when I was talking about it with Raphael as well, and he started to want the same thing too, because he was he fell in love with this idea too. And then we got to go to Dr. Joe's retreat in Cancun. It was a dream come true, and we didn't believe we are in that dream. Actually, it was taking really long for my brain to even like get it that we are actually there. So hard to get there, tickets are sold out all the time, and then you can't get a hotel. And
for me, it was also when we were there in the retreat venue and in the hotel, it was like constantly throughout these 7 days, like this flash over my eyes, like, oh my gosh, I'm just waking up in a different reality. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I used to just be there, and now I'm here. It was this very strange feeling.
Yeah. It's amazing. So if you have some heart feeling, you know that it doesn't really make sense in your life right now, but there is this heart feeling. Yeah, maybe it doesn't make sense in this time, but you can basically direct your energy towards it, and you will know, and you know that one day you want to have this, and you just walk towards it. And keep this for yourself as a treasure, as something super sacred, because if you have this in your life, you have a spark, you have passion, and you have motivation to create in your life. If you lose this and you will talk yourself out of these possibilities, it's really tough to become again clear-minded and with a clear heart connected to your brain. And it's really tough to get out of that chaos later, but it is possible, of course.
Life can feel very meaningless after that, when we start to disconnect from our heart and we just work with our brain and with our logic.
Yeah.
It can become very meaningless.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah, it's like nothing makes sense. Like, why would I do that? It doesn't make sense. It costs this much. It is this much effort. No, like, why would I do that?
But if you get lost in the chaos of your thoughts, you have a way out, and you have to start doing baby steps, like, I really want to have this ice cream, or I really, really want to have that chocolate, or this kind of food, or, from that mall over there I love.
Or this new application for my iPhone. Or this new electronics.
Doesn't have to be even costing anything. Like, it could be $1 or €1 or whatever. And you just can get it for you, and it's the test from the heart. Okay, he's listening or she's listening, and I can get it, and I'll have it now. Okay, and you can wait for another signal from your heart. What could be the next? Maybe it will be bigger thing, sweater, car,
Because
home.
that's how it works. That's what you said today. Yeah. You make one heart decision, and then there leads the next one. It will show you the next one.
Yeah.
And you will really go on a journey that is meant for your soul, for your heart. And this is so precious when we can do that. Yeah. And even if you lost it for a while now, even if you're
like
feeling
us.
like us, like, oh my gosh, I'm not connected to my heart anymore, I don't really feel anything. For so many years in my life, I felt my heart is just a stone. It's just an organ that pumps blood. I didn't feel anything in there. You can still get it. No matter where you are, no matter when in your life, you can still get it back. And it's really with these small things, starting to listening to your heart. And also a really great tool that you can apply is to put your hand over your heart and just imagine yourself being in that experience that you're thinking about and feeling, does it expand this experience? Does it expand me, or does it contract me? And that will be your answer. If it is a yes, go for it. This is coming from the heart because the heart knows. We remember that. Or no, this is contracting me. It doesn't make me feel good. No, let's not do that.
Sometimes it's very confusing for us to know what is our heart saying and what is the brain saying, because we are so much in a chaos and we are so much programmed to believe that we want certain things and we are making our decisions, but they are actually not ours. And we were manipulated since childhood, by the system, the way it works, who to adore and what to adore and what not to. So now I feel that we are very free in this time and we are not being punished by society that much if we make some awkward decisions. So it's also really good to listen to your heart more when there is so much confusion. People don't even notice that somebody else already has this lights on and goes their way, but they're gonna follow you. They are going to be attracted to you because you are listening to your heart and doing whatever you love to do. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We are happy to have you here.
And don't ever, ever, ever forget that you're unlimited. If you want to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.